I think the biggest contribution I've made is to try to be myself in all areas of life and not let other people define me or define what I could do, so that as I took on the role of service on various things that I've done, it was basically as a three-dimensional human being and not as somebody who was a stereotype or somebody who was afraid to speak out when things were wrong. I was proud in 1968 to graduate from Portland State at a time when the news business was changing. And as I got closer to my graduation date, I started getting interviewed by TV stations because they were looking to break the color line. They wanted to get an African-American reporter on staff for the very first time in Portland. KGW owned a radio station at the time, and they said, hey, we'll put you on the air next week, and you can learn on the job on radio news, and from there we'll see how we advance you to television. And being kind of a eager beaver as I graduated from Portland State, I wanted to get on the air as quickly as possible and prove myself. I was happy to be part of that wave that broke the color line. Dick Bogle broke it over there at Channel 2 the same year. So the two of us basically broke the color line in Portland, and I'm very proud about that. And I'm proud that we helped give them the idea of more diversity. I got everything from my parents. I mean, Carl Deiz was a Tuskegee Airman. His brother Bob fought in World War II. He flew in Italy. When you see the movie Red Tails, some of those daredevil stunts are by Uncle Bob doing them. My dad didn't have to go to Europe because he got in toward the end of the war, and he ended up serving stateside, but he still served as a Tuskegee Airman. So we had that sort of core foundation growing up. And my mom had always been somebody who wanted to help other people. The reason she became a lawyer was because she wanted to advocate for people who didn't have a voice. She wanted to be their voice. She wanted to be there for them. So we grew up in this whole spirit of not only giving back and service, but, let's be Americans. The thing that I think I got most out of my family was they didn't take any nonsense from people about race. They demanded to be seen as Americans, and they were seen as Americans, and they carved out blazing trails that others could help, that others could follow. We want an America that's inclusive, that brings in everybody to the table, that gives everybody an equal opportunity to succeed, to shine, to excel. And the biggest threat right now is the fact that we have a dictator as president, and we need to get rid of that dictator, and we need to bring in a president who is president of all the people, just like Barack Obama was. And you don't have to be black to be Barack Obama president. You just have to be a good president. I think Joe Biden would have been a good president if it had happened for him. We need to do a better job in our schools. We need to do a better job of educating every American to our true history. I'm reading a book right now on Frederick Douglass. I've known about Frederick Douglass all my life, but just the fact that, he whomped his slaveholder. He didn't take it. He rose up, and when he did this, he freed. That was his first step toward freedom. In other words, we need to teach our children that it isn't right to have a racist society. It isn't right to deprive people of their rights. It isn't right to do things that are evil.